The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Friday, January 17, Brooke attacks Taylor in furious showdown. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, spoilers for Friday, January 17, reveal that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McKinn's Wood, will head back to the office and act like she's ready to hit the ground running when it comes to making Forrester the best it can be. Nevertheless, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will remain on edge over Steffy's sudden change of heart and ulterior motives. Despite Steffy's attempt to sell Hope on the idea of working in harmony, Hope will quiz her and feel like there's more to her agenda. Meanwhile, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, will enjoy a little more bonding time with Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, but it won't be long until she's forced to deal with Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Len, wrath. Brooke will rip into Taylor for jumping at the chance to get back together with Ridge, but Taylor may argue that Brooke's the one who drove him away. Although Brooke tried to explain her thought process when it came to accepting the CEO position, Ridge doesn't agree with how she handled things and still feels betrayed. Of course, Brooke feels pretty betrayed as well considering how fast Ridge turned to Taylor. Brooke shoved Taylor recently on her way out the door, but she'll launch a real confrontation with her on Friday's B&B episode. Taylor and Brooke are gearing up for a major showdown that's sure to get explosive on both sides. Speaking of explosive showdowns, one is coming up for Lai Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, and Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, as well. Lai just showed Poppy the proof that Tom's star, Clint Howard, is no T. Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, father and suggested they both knew who Luna's dad truly was. On Friday's show, Lai will accuse Poppy of having a fling with Jack Finnegan, Ted King, that resulted in her pregnancy all those years ago. Will Poppy break down and confess that Lai is right? It's certainly possible that Jack is Luna's father, since all signs point to them covering up an old affair. Jack definitely has affection for Poppy and is a known cheater considering what happened with Shayla Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown. However, the show's also dropped enough hints to potentially reveal that Poppy hooked up with John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, around the time of Luna's conception. If Finn is Luna's biodad, then it makes sense for Poppy to lie and say it was Jack now that Lai's backed her into this corner. Whatever the case, Poppy will likely admit Jack is Luna's biodad, so we'll see if that's the full story or not. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Poppy and Lai's face-off will bring some tough emotions, so stick with us for more predictions on the next chapter and updates on any other paternity news. As we approach another explosive episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, fans are on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating the drama and intensity that will unfold in the latest chapter. Friday, January 17 promises to be no exception, with major confrontations and shocking moments taking center stage. The simmering tension between Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes reaches a boiling point, culminating in a fiery showdown that will have viewers talking long after the credits roll. Brooke's fury, a storm unleashed. The episode begins with Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Len, in a state of heightened emotion. After months of simmering resentment and a series of personal betrayals, her patience has finally reached its limit. With her world unraveling around her, Brooke finds herself unable to contain the fury she's been harboring for so long. In a shocking turn, Brooke decides to confront her rival, Taylor Hayes, Krista Allen, and the two women collide in a no-holds-barred confrontation that is bound to leave a lasting impact. Brooke, never one to shy away from conflict, is known for her sharp words and quick temper, but today, there is a sense of desperation in her actions. She feels betrayed by the people closest to her and is enraged by Taylor's continued presence in Ridge Forrester's, Thorsten Kaye, life. Brooke's overwhelming emotions fuel her desire for retribution, and she is determined to make Taylor understand just how deeply she has been hurt. As Brooke enters Taylor's office at Forrester Creations, there is a palpable tension in the air. The two women exchange icy glares, each aware of the underlying animosity that has existed between them for years. But this time, things are different. The stakes are higher, the stakes are personal, and both women know that a simple conversation will not be enough to resolve the deep-seated issues that have built up between them. Brooke accuses Taylor of manipulating the situation to get closer to Ridge, claiming that her presence in his life is nothing more than an attempt to usurp Brooke's place by his side. Taylor, always calm under pressure, responds with an air of quiet dignity, refusing to let Brooke's harsh words rattle her. But Brooke's anger is palpable, and she continues to push Taylor, demanding answers and retribution for what she perceives as a betrayal. Taylor's response, calm in the storm. Taylor, ever the composed and graceful psychiatrist, chooses to remain calm in the face of Brooke's fury. Though her patience is being tested, she refuses to engage in the same level of aggression. Instead, Taylor tries to reason with Brooke, offering her perspective and explaining that she never intended to come between Brooke and Ridge. Taylor insists that her presence in Ridge's life is not driven by malice, but rather by a deep connection she shares with him, one that has grown over time. However, Brooke isn't ready to hear any of it. Her voice rises, her anger escalating as she accuses Taylor of being manipulative and deceitful. She believes that Taylor has always had an ulterior motive, and that Ridge is simply too blind to see it. The more Brooke rages, the more Taylor remains calm, refusing to give in to the temptation to retaliate with the same venomous words. But behind her calm exterior, there's a flash of something deeper, a sense of hurt and frustration over the way Brooke is portraying her. As the confrontation intensifies, it becomes clear that this is not just a battle over Ridge. It is a battle for validation, a clash of egos, and a fight for respect. Both women have spent years navigating the complex world of love, rivalry, and family dynamics within the Forrester clan, and neither is willing to back down without a fight. What began as a conversation about Ridge's feelings soon spirals into an all-out verbal war, with neither woman willing to relent. A tense moment, Brooke attacks. The situation takes a dramatic turn when Brooke, unable to control her emotions any longer, lashes out physically. In a shocking move, she makes an impulsive gesture toward Taylor, perhaps intending to slap her or shove her away. The tension between them is so thick that it almost feels like something is about to snap. The moment is charged with anger and raw emotion, and the audience can feel the weight of what's happening. Taylor, ever the professional, instinctively steps back, avoiding Brooke's aggression. Her calm demeanor remains intact, but the strain of the situation is clear in her eyes. This moment marks a major turning point in the ongoing battle for Ridge's heart. Brooke's decision to physically attack Taylor, no matter how small the gesture, signifies just how far she's willing to go to defend her place in Ridge's life. It also showcases just how much she is struggling with her feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and insecurity. Ridge, who has been somewhat distant from both women recently, will undoubtedly be called into the aftermath of this confrontation. As the dust settles, he will have to make some tough decisions about where his loyalties truly lie. The fallout from this episode could have long-lasting consequences, not only for Brooke and Taylor, but for Ridge and the entire Forrester family. The aftermath: a family torn apart. As the dust settles from the explosive confrontation, the effects of the Brooke-Taylor showdown begin to ripple through the Forrester family. Ridge will undoubtedly be forced to pick a side, though he's always struggled with the balance between his love for Brooke and his growing bond with Taylor. The tension between the two women has always been a cornerstone of The Bold and the Beautiful, but this latest eruption could be the final straw in their already fractured relationship. Brooke's actions have made it clear that she is no longer willing to play the passive role in her marriage to Ridge. She's ready to fight for him, but whether her aggressive approach will win him back remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Taylor, though shaken, remains resolute in her belief that she and Ridge have something real. The question now is whether this fierce battle between them will end with one woman victorious, or whether it will lead to a deeper division within the Forrester family. As the days unfold, Ridge's choices will shape the future of his relationships with both women. Will he be swayed by Brooke's passionate outburst, or will Taylor's calm and composed demeanor ultimately win his heart? Fans can expect more twists and turns as the drama continues to unfold, leading to even more tension and intrigue as The Bold and the Beautiful pushes toward its next exciting chapter.